let it go, let it go, can't hold it back. Whoa. Hey, Kipsters! I got so caught up and cozy in my Olaf pajamas, I forgot we gotta start our tech study lesson. Are you guys enjoying your work from home Wednesday in your pajamas? You look pretty cozy. It's kind of nice doing our schoolwork in our pajamas sometimes, right? Not too bad. Today we're going to finish reading the story we started yesterday, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Let's review our story elements that we went over so far. Characters and feelings. The characters we have in our story so far are the main character, who is, and his father was also in the story. And wait a minute. We didn't say how the characters were feeling. See, silly Olaf. You guys need to remind Olaf or Miss Miller we need to write those feelings. Make sure we do that. We're going to get back to that. Then we have the setting of our story, which was a small village in Malawi. Yeah, that place in Africa. We figured out the problem in the story, which is here. Remember what that word drought means? Right, there was no rain, which meant they didn't have any food, and they had no money. So because of this problem, they had that drought in Malawi, how are William and his father feeling? Sad? Yeah, I would agree with that. I was also thinking they were a little bit worried, right? Because they knew they didn't have any food, they didn't have money, they didn't know what they were going to do. I wonder if their feelings are going to change when we read the rest of the story. We're going to find out. So today we're going to finish the story and use the words and the pictures to help us understand how they solve the problem. The author and the illustrator work together to help us, the readers, better understand what's happening in the story. And that's going to help us figure out our solution and the lesson learned, which is what we, as the readers, even Olaf too, can learn from the story. Then at the end, I'm actually going to need your help because I have a little problem. So we're going to use these story elements and prove how well we know the story and that we can retell it on our own. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you want to build a windmill? Come on, let's go and play. William has a little problem in our story. Can we solve it today? Do you like my song? Olaf inspired me. All right, let's get to reading. Where we left off, William had just got done saying, Magetsi a mafepo, he whispered. I will build electric wind. Have you noticed how there's some words that aren't English in our story? Yeah, those words are in Chichewa, which is actually a language that they speak in Malawi. So we're going to see some more of those words today. The first one you're going to see, and actually a lot in our story, is the word misala, which means crazy. It's going to come up right here in our story. In the junkyard, pieces appeared, like rusted treasures in the tall grass. A tractor fan, some pipe, and bearings and bolts that required every muscle to move. Tonga! He'd shout to the birds and spiders, holding up his prize. But as William dragged his metals home, people called out, This boy is misala. Only crazy people play with trash. So there's that word misala. They were calling William crazy. After many weeks, William arranged his pieces in the dirt. A broken bicycle, rusted bottle caps, and a plastic pipe. Even a small generator that powered a headlight on a bike. Whoa, do you notice how the author and the illustrator worked together on these pages? Right, in the words, it was talking about the materials that William was using. So the illustrator knew they had to show those words in the pictures that they match and help us understand the story. Pretty cool. For 3 days, he bolted, banged, and tinkered while chickens squawked and dogs barked. And neighbors shook their heads, saying, What's misala doing now? What's misala mean again? Yeah, they were calling him crazy again. His cousin Jeffrey and his best friend Gilbert soon appeared. Mulibanji, they greeted. Can we help with electric wind? Grab your pangas and follow me, he said, and took them into the forest. Together they swung their sharp blades into the trunks of blue gum trees, then hammered them together to make the tower. Standing atop, William shouted, Bring it up! While the boys tugged and heaved. A crowd gathered below and gazed at this strange machine that now leaned and wobbled like a clumsy giraffe. Some giggled, others teased, but William waited for the wind. Wow. Did you notice that the people kept calling him crazy and teasing him and making fun of him? Not very nice. But did William give up? Say no way. He kept working, even though other people were making fun of him. Ooh, I love this page. It's a really good example of how the author and illustrator work together. We're also going to hear these words. Gusting gale. You say it. Gusting gale is another way to say strong wind. Check out the words and the pictures on this page. Cool, right? The words blend in and almost look like the wind. They did some good teamwork there, the author and illustrator. Like always, it came. First a breeze, then a gusting gale. The towers swayed and the blades spun around. With sore hands, once slowed by hunger and darkness, William connected wires to a small bulb, which flickered at first, then surged as bright as the sun. Tonga, he shouted, I have made electric wind. So remember before they didn't have electricity in the village? Now, using the wind, William was able to make electricity. That just blew my mind, right? Crazy. Well done, a man yelled. As the doubters clapped and cheered, William knew he had just begun. Check out the people in this picture. How do their faces look? Oh, let me get this out of your way. How do their faces look? Yeah, they look much happier. The illustrator must have heard how the author said clapped and cheered. That tells us that they were happy, so the illustrator made sure to match their faces like that. More teamwork. Light could not fill empty bellies, but another windmill could soak the dry ground. Remember, the ground was dry because there was no rain. But the windmill could help bring water to the ground and create food where once there was none. Magazzi a mafepo, electric wind can feed my country, William thought. And that was the strongest magic of all. Wow, check out that picture. So many windmills. And notice the green. The corn is back and growing again. There's even water. Wow. The end. Oh yeah, clap it up for William. He did some awesome stuff there. Did William solve the problem? Yeah, he sure did. So let's go fill out our story elements on our chart. Olaf's coming with us. So we need to figure out the solution and how William solved his problem. Let's see if you can help me fill in these blanks for our solution. It says, William learned how to create a... What did William learn how to create? Windmill. Yeah, he made that windmill. And that provides and What did that windmill help to give William's community? Yeah, well, it did use the wind. It was using that for the windmill. But that wind helped create what? Yeah, that water and that light bulb. Electricity. And that was able to his community. What do you think? Electricity. Did it make the problem worse? No, he was able to help his community too. So he did that. And he was only 14 years old. Pretty crazy stuff. So now, this part gets a little tricky. Oh, before we get to our lesson learned, do you think William and his followers' feelings changed in the story? Before they were sad and worried. But now that William made this windmill and they had water and electricity, do you think they were feeling sad or worried anymore? How do you think they're feeling? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you said happy. I was also thinking they might be feeling pretty proud because of his work, and also even a little relieved because now they know that they had food and water and probably get their money back too. Excellent. Now we're ready for this tricky part. Remember, the lesson learned is what we as readers, and Olaf too, can learn from this story. We're very fortunate that we're not having a drought right now, but what can we learn from William and what he did to help us? So let's think. Asking and searching for help you problems. What did William do a lot in the story? He was asking what? You said questions. You got it. He was asking questions, and he was searching for, you have questions, you're looking for that, just like we're doing here, the answers. Asking questions and searching for answers help you problems. We want to solve our problems. That's what William did in the story, and that's something that we as readers can do too. If we want to know something, or we wonder something, we ask questions. And then to figure it out, we search for those answers. So it helps us solve problems and understand the world. That's something that we can do as readers. The other important lesson from this story that I think we can learn is even when those people were laughing at him, calling William crazy, making fun of him, did he give up? Absolutely not. He kept on working. He didn't give up so that he could achieve his. So what can we learn? We can learn to keep working to achieve your goals or your dreams. So those aren't specific things that happen in the story, but they're things that we as readers can learn from what William did in this story. Pretty awesome stuff, right? All right, it's time to snow what you know. Get it? Snow what you know. Remember, I told you I had a little problem when I was printing out our eggs as a gift for this. I was printing out these awesome pictures for you guys to match, and then I noticed, they were out of order. It's not what's happening in the story. So I need your help putting these pictures in order from the beginning, middle, and end. You got it. So take a look at the pictures. You see the windmill here. Here's where the sun was out. It was nice and hot. And here is where William is with all that junk in the junkyard. So what happened in the beginning? What happened first, next, last, beginning, middle, and end? What do you think? Let's see if you can get this first one. I'm going to put a B for the beginning. Did you get that too? Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, in the beginning, that's when the sun was out, and that's where the problem was happening, right? Where the sun was out and got scorched. Yeah. So what happened next and last? Let's see if you can match. What do you think? So first, there was a drought, and there was no rain, no food, no money. Next, William created and came up with the idea to build something. At the end, he made a windmill to help save his community. You're going to use these pictures in the right order this time to help us retell the story and snow what you know. And so at home, send us your best work in your comfy pajamas, putting these pictures in order and write a sentence to match. You're going to write a awesome job. Can't wait to see your awesome work. Always remember to send it to your teachers so we can post it, or you can be in the running for the next Kipster of the week because we got to see that work that you're doing. Keep up the great work. Enjoy your time in your pajamas at home. I miss you. Talk to you all very soon. And maybe next time with Olaf, maybe we can build a windmill.